we want to talk about like providing micro solutions to big breakthroughs in business. Um, and instead of just like giving you guys, you know, a 10,000 foot overview, I wanted to create a little something for you guys to actually show you what this looked like in our business. Because the realization or talking about this or shedding light on how we did this over the years is we did this with all of our offers. A lot of the things that we've created have all been very specific, singular pain point, singular solution, uh, and then followed by pockets of intentional consistency for 30, 45, 60 days around one thing uh, to really make it viable, right? And we wanted to cover this specifically because this is a big thing. This is a big bottleneck for a lot of people. I don't know what to provide to my audience. I don't know what to create an offer about. I don't know how to sell my offer, etc. Like the narrow, if we can get very narrow on one pain point that you're solving, you can start building a lot of momentum. Um, Now, before we dive in, I will say, everything that we've done in business since creating it has led to two things: group juice or core. Those have been the two North Stars. Everything we've done have always had some type of bridge or connection back to one of these two offers. So if we're doing a low ticket offer, the intention behind the low ticket offer was to get people ready for group juice. If we were doing a offer campaign, it was to get people inside core. They always led back to these two things. So we have been hyper focused and consistent around these two offers for years. Um, Obviously we're in a season where we're putting a little bit more public attention towards core, but for a long time all of our public attention was around group juice because the way that it flowed is we for a long time we required somebody to go through group juice first before we even talked to them about joining core. It's a prerequisite, right? We wanted them to already have an audience, a group, etc., before we even chatted about them having private mentorship with us. um so how did these offers even get conceptualized? Um, Group Juice was a simple strategy we were both using in our business to sell affiliate products on Facebook. Okay. We just started using a simple process in 2021 and we launched an offer sharing that. Core was simply a private buyer's support system that we were providing to people who bought our affiliate products. And that's it. Like realistically, people would buy this affiliate offer from us. We'd put them in this private Facebook community, which this has evolved a lot over the years, right? Like the OGs in here will know. We used to have a Facebook group for Core. We used to have a Facebook group chat, right? Where everybody but it was just what we were already doing for people that purchase our affiliate products. Like when we talk about setting up private buyer support systems, that's a good example of that. This continuity coaching offer, Core Accelerator, started as an affiliate support system that we both had. Flip had his own, I had my own. When we got married, we just merged them. Hey, put your clients in here, I'll put my clients in here, and now we're just going to go. Right. So we didn't even really necessarily launch Core to the public because we already had it. It was already a thing. Right. We were just supporting people who purchased our affiliate products, um, which both turned into evergreen products and offers. As I just mentioned, both of these group juice when we first launched group juice, we didn't realize what it was or that it was going to be the centerpiece of our business for a good chunk of time. It started as 4 live videos where we simply wanted to share a tactic that we were using to 20 people.
And
A little masterclass, little
I want to
workshop.
piggyback because I just want to make sure that you guys are looking at this how we want y'all to. So like some of you, maybe a very small percentage of you, might not feel like you can have your own support system, but I promise you that you can. All right. Now, those of you that have already done some stuff, maybe you got some results under your belt, etc. This doesn't have to be like off the back of something, as a monetary result by any means. It does not. Like a part of group juice was not really 100% about making money. It was about not doing tasks and a strategy that people hated. It was how to eliminate, the bullshit from Facebook organic, right? So I want y'all to keep this in mind. If any of you have done any kind of accomplishments, whether it's, I probably said this 100,000 times at this point. If you figured out something about, editing TikToks or, how to gain followers, like how you specifically did a thing, that can become something that you can support people on. And the monetization vehicle can be, you accepting a direct payment, or it could be you selling an affiliate offer, another course or masterclass or something like that. That's just the monetization vehicle. What you're helping folks with on the back is the thing that you're good at, right? But how they get access to you helping them is the purchase of something else. So like you can do this both ways. So I'll challenge y'all to look at things that you have done, like specific things. Maybe you figured out a crazy way to generate leads, or maybe you figured out a way to create content that doesn't seem tedious or frustrating and saves time. Like whatever it might be, that could be your help mechanism or your support system, what you're actually helping folks with. So like just try and use your imagination and just look at stuff that you've actually did.
Yep. So I wanted to do something a little different for this one. If you guys can't see this, I can pull up the actual Figma board. Um, so I wanted to like talk about we're talking about micro solutions. So this is a good visual representation of pretty much all of the offers that we've really launched, not including JVs, campaign one-off campaigns, Black Friday deals, etc. Like actual products that we've launched. If we look at, they all solved a very micro problem in people's business. It was pretty narrow, right? And I wanted to give you guys this visual representation because we're talking about going narrow and deep, right? To make you start to build authority and clout and expertise and have a very specific, hey, I help this type of people insert this result, right? And that's not to say that's the always and forever thing that you have to do, right? It could be, it can always compound and fuel the next thing you do, right? So if we look at Group Juice, is growing your business on Facebook without adding friends, poaching groups, cold outreach, or sales calls. Um, and this was a big thing. Like if we look at the first iteration or the initial doc that we sold Group Juice with, it was very pain heavy. There was very little around uh what it was going to help people do or where it was going to get them. It was like, hey, we're going to help you remove this shitty part of your business. We were solving a very specific problem for people who already had a product of $500 or more, and they wanted a simpler way to make sales. Okay. And you have to also remember when we first launched this, TikTok was a new thing. Like because we'd already been building our businesses on Facebook for probably 18 months before that. Like there was no short form video. There wasn't a short form video platform. It was still new. Um, the delivery, and I really want to reinforce this, like how simple and like we talk about offers. So the delivery of Group Juice initially was 4 live videos, handful of bonuses, and a private community where we did weekly Q&A calls, which probably did about 400 or $500,000 in sales. Took us 4 days to create. 4 days. Right? Went live for 4 days, and then we we did Q&As, and that became, one of the main offers. Goal, share a simple strategy that worked really well for us the year prior with our affiliate offers. Right? Initially, we launched it to 20 people. We struggled to get 20 people inside. Right? This
Barely.
was our first ever evergreen product that we created, Group Juice. That was the first time we ever did it. Right? We did affiliate promos, affiliate offers prior, but this was our first actual, this is our responsibility, our delivery. We're doing all the payment processing, support, customer feedback, etc. Um,
Hey, Nate.
Yes, ma'am.
How did y'all market that when you first got started? What forms did you use to market that?
Content. Say, the same. And I did link this in this doc. Uh, we actually have all the posts from every product launch we've ever done. Um, so it was just simple content creation. Group Juice launch right here. I actually have every single post we used from launching Group Juice from 12/24. So it was almost 30 days. We did 2 live trainings. Um, the same way that if you guys look at the 8 week cash flow class, you guys will see a lot of commonality inside of all these different product launches because we do the same thing over and over and over again. Um, so we did a couple Facebook lives and then we did profile content, group content, uh, and that's it realistically. Facebook mainly, TikTok too, but these are all of the posts that we use to sell Group Juice initially.
Yeah, and like we actually gave these to affiliates. Like it's like a affiliate resource. Like folks can look at these and model it for their own stuff, like whatever they're trying to sell, or they can use, bits and pieces of the copy. Uh, there's still a lot of folks that are doing stuff the old way. So like keep in mind, anytime you can shed light on an old way versus a new way, you don't have to like be a basher per se. You're like, look, I used to do things this way, and then I found this way. Here's why I like this way versus the old way. You know, New way, I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. Old way, that's what you're doing. Here's what I was dealing with. It's like just pain points, symptoms, and frustrations. Kind of like the basics and fundamentals of just marketing in general. But like you guys can pull on this and use it for your own stuff, your own offers, etc.
Yeah, and that's how we actually ended up creating predictable profits. And then this year we actually just we did this on a way deeper level with the 8 week cash flow class, which all of you guys have at the top of core. Because we launched a lot of offers, we ran a lot of JVs, and we didn't even realize what we were doing until about 8 months in. And then I was chatting with Flip, and it's like, hey, we do the same thing every fucking time. I don't even know if it wasn't even something we were conceptualizing at the time, right? Which years later, you guys have, an advantage because we do realize like we've ran every single promotion the same exact way for years. We start off with some type of dopamine pre-building interest via content. We do some type of free live training to our audience, and we sell off the back of it. And then we hammer people to that free training, looping people back. Hey, go check out this free training. Go check out this free training. Where then we're like, hey, would you want to hang out with us and do XYZ? You guys look at, we're doing it right now. That's how some of you guys bought the Accelerated Income Mastermind. We ran a free training breaking down all of our profit pathways. And then some of you guys sent us messages like, hey, how do I get more information on this? And that's how you got in this room right now. We do the same thing on repeat. Um, so predictable profits is what we do to a T for offers. But you guys do also have um, a deeper dive on the 8 week cash flow class. And we're actually here to help you deploy every step of it of the way. Um, if you guys follow it, right? It's a part of being in a core. Um, Juicebox is the low ticket launch. So we did this first. We actually launched high ticket first. And I know this is a big thing. I would, and someone asked me this morning, when should I launch a low ticket offer? My personal opinion is when you're consistently selling something more expensive. A lot of you guys have goals to replace your income, replace your job's income, maybe, facilitate some type of stuff like extra expenses, then go with something a little bit more expensive. It's not any harder to sell $1,000 product than it is $100 product. It realistically, but your high ticket stuff is going to move the needle a lot faster, and you're going to need way less volume,
Yeah,
like which is the biggest bottleneck a lot of people run into, um, realistically. So I was actually just talking about her, so she just joined. So
I'll drop you that, Lauren. 1 second. And then something else for you got. Oh, Nate's so fucking
I
fast today.
always finish fast. Just ask my ex-wife. Moving on.
Something else to add real
um,
quick though. people are always battling about low ticket versus high ticket. High ticket does move the needle faster, and selling low ticket and high ticket takes the same exact amount of work. All right. But if if you got something that's low ticket and it's really good and it helps folks, like you can make a shit ton of money with it if you're consistent with it, right? So like if I was a person that was an affiliate for Group Juice, like this is what I used to do on all of my affiliate offers. If I had something that was low ticket, I use that as a down sale, right? Like I'd always be talking about the high ticket, which was 1,500 to 3 grand. And if there was like, I just can't swing that, it's no way, and I knew that they couldn't, I was like, well, look, you can start right here, you know, for $100.
Yep.
That was just my down sale, right? So it's one way to look at it.
Um, so next we launched Juicebox. The micro problem was combating overwhelm, complexity, having the need to use systems, funnels, tools to run your business. The who was the brand new beginner. Now I want you guys to look at this on a little bit of a deeper level. When we launched Group Juice, it was for people who were already in business and already had something to sell. So we didn't have a beginner friendly offer. This was not made for beginners when we launched it. You already had to have a product, right? So then this was how we created something that was relevant to the missing piece in our product. Like we had
But
this
then,
piece left out, like it wasn't for beginners. And the intention of creating Juicebox wasn't to create a bunch of money. It was actually just to make group juice better. It's why we created it, because we were going to
right,
give it away for free to the group juice people. Um, Delivery, 5 live videos, went live for 5 days. We did have a Facebook group, which we got up to like 600 people at one point, but we ended up just like removing it because we didn't want to facilitate it anymore. Um, and then the goal, showcase how simple setting up and actually making money online can be while planting seeds around them coming and hanging out and getting per long support inside of Group Juice. It was
mm,
a value ladder offer. Now, if you guys also look at what we did, we redid this offer this year. Okay. And we turned it into like 36 or 38 videos for $10. The hidden 100K business plan that people can get access to when they join the free group is Juicebox. What we did to replace Juicebox. 2024's versions of the same principles, same strategies, just deeper, right?
deeper and
Uh,
updated,
yep.
you know. The next one, it's got a cool little story behind it. I don't know if Nate remembers or not. We were talking about more money multiplier, something we were gonna do. And I wanted to sell it, right? So I mentioned to Nate, Nate does everything fast, literally. I mentioned to Nate, I said, we ought to sell this, you know, as a, very inexpensive offer. And apparently I wasn't clear because Nate went and fucking gave it away to like 600 buyers, right? Like we still made some money with it, don't get me wrong, but Nate gave access to everyone. It was a good
Mhm.
time.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I ended up giving it away to like all the group juice students and juice box students. Which juice box I think we sold 100 plus spots in 21 days or
Yeah.
something like that. It was, you know,
Now that juice
volume.
box is what that's the $10 video, right? The $10 when you go into
Mhm.
the free. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
that is juice box. Initially it was 5 videos and it was a
yeah.
$100 offer.
Yeah.
For
'Cause
almost 2 years probably. It was $100.
yeah. I sold one of those. I need to get back on that because that is great information putting all your shit together.
Yeah.
Well, bam.
Here's a quick little tip. I've mentioned this a lot. People have ignored it and slept on it. Whatever you're trying to sell. So we'll use this as an example. So the $10 thing, right? All of y'all have access to it. Everybody in Group Juice has access to it. Lots of people have access to it. If you simply look at what's being taught as a whole, titles of the modules, there's 38 of them. All of those can be spun into 5 to 10 pieces of content per module. So we're talking like hundreds of content angles, ideas, and topics. If you just simply, one, implemented it, used it, tested it, talked about it, you naturally pre-sell on it. And anytime you invite someone to the free group, let them know like, hey, you're gonna see a $10 offer that helps with X, Y, and Z. All right, if it makes sense, grab it. Or you can kind of sell it to a point where it's like they want it, and then you just send them to the free group. Like, hey, the only place you can get this is when you join this free group. One, they get cookie to you. Two, if they buy it, you earn a nice little commission on the $10 offer. And then they cookie to you. Any future purchases of anything group juice related, you get that too. Like I haven't seen anyone really go hard on that aspect of it, honestly. Um, but you can do this with any kind of offer, service, product, etc. It's like the harder you go on it, the more heavy lifting the content's going to do and make the buying part easier for your customers and future clients, etc.
Um,
I
the
could
next,
push that.
yeah, I mean, talk about it too. I think a lot of people are really nervous around mentioning price, product price, potential offer, and you can do this without even like explicitly making offers to people. We do this a lot. Like, hey, this is a training we ran for our coaching clients who pay us XXX. This is a strategy I learned from a paid mastermind that I paid $1,000 to be a part of. Those are all ways that you can start anchoring in price without even like making a pitch. And then especially if you're anchoring something in higher, more expensive, it makes like a $10 offer look really fucking cheap.
Yeah, you can jump in for what, 950, or you can jump in for $10 and get you a start. Where you go from there, you can build on that. Keep in contact. And hey, how we doing?
Yep.
How you doing? How your mom and
How you
them
doing? How you mom and
doing?
so
Want to come
the
see my
next
dog?
the next offer that we launched was the more money multiplier, which yes, I accidentally gave it away for a bunch of people. Still made sales. Um, I think Rachel made a bunch of sales with this too as an affiliate actually. Um,
Did did.
so this was a ROI focused training on how people could run a campaign or inject quick sales into their business. We also had we did an in-person event in Emporia. This is the first time I met Philippius in real life. And we had a couple clients who launch offers, come and run trainings too. Colleen did a mindset training. We had Thad and Demi do content conversations, and then we did a offer launch training. So the who people who wanted to learn how to put a digital product affiliate market offer to market in a streamlined way, using the proof from the last two launches, right? So we're using the proof of concept from launching this program and launching this program to then fuel the topic for this, right? The goal, distill success in general across three pillars: mindset, content, sales, and offer launches. Invite folks to a special discounted invites to Group Juice. And the reason I've been kind of reinforcing that is, like I mentioned up here, everything has always had a bridge back to one of two things in our business. Everything we've done for years. Like, I think at the end of More Money Multiplier, it was a $703 offer. So we basically credited the 197 and you just come get group juice for $703. Right? We also ended up creating another product that I didn't even mention in this. While we did the More Money Multiplier was the Profit Playbook. We actually did a physical book that we gave away to the people that came and hung out. But to give you guys like a deeper look, we just took core docs that we were creating and we turned it into a book. Right.
That's
So
pretty
then
cool.
we ended up selling that as an actual low ticket product.
Yeah.
Predictable profits, the A to Z plan to launching a product from idea, promotion, sales, etc. The who, those who struggle standing out in saturated markets, make consistent sales, or want to have something unique of their own. By this point, we realized that we were doing the same thing with all of our promotions. Like we didn't realize it when we were doing all of our other promos, but there was other JVs and joint ventures, and we did promos with affiliates. We did promos with like Jamie and all these other people. And we started to realize that we were kind of doing the same thing over and over again. Dopamine heavy content on the front, free training, selling off the
Yeah.
free training, and then kind of repeating that cycle. Everything that's inside of the 8 week cash flow class um, is basically predictable profits on steroids. Um,
The cool part about it was really, really easy to create
yep.
because the delivery behind it, we just basically sold tickets to come and hang out in core for a day. So like we were already, we've been doing core calls every Thursday for a long ass time now. So we just sold like I think we did $100 tickets. I think's what we did. $100 tickets to come hang out inside of core. And we had like a chunk of people buy and just come to hang out. And it also let us pre-sell on core as a whole because they got to see, like, hey, we do this kind of stuff every week, right? Because we weren't promoting core publicly, but we were kind of letting folks behind the scenes of a core training because we were going to do it for core clients anywho. So paid ticket to a single training day, and then we Nate did, not me because I suck at tech. I'm getting better, but he chopped it up and it became an evergreen thing, right? And we sold it for $1,000 for a good little while. But the goal behind it was to give folks a simple process to put a product to market or run a promo for an affiliate offer and invite people to have hands-on help deploying, like promos and launches, shit like that. But that was a fun one. But like look at everything as a whole. If you guys are willing to stick with something for a longer period of time, I don't know how many times y'all have heard us say that. But like we did the same things over and over. We still do the same things over and over, but we're just evolving and updating as we go. That's literally all we're doing. Like we're figuring out shit is changing, markets are shifting, like we're trying to stay ahead of the curve, and that's what kind of allows us to keep creating new stuff because of the gap filling, right? How many people love filling gaps? That was there you go. Sorry, guys. I really apologize. But if you look at anything that maybe you've bought from someone, maybe look at what you've bought from us. Like say Group Juice as an example. There are probably still a ton of gaps inside of Group Juice. Even though it's absolutely loaded, there's probably gaps in there that affiliates could fuck around and go and add something to as a support system or something that's not covered in super detail. And like that can become a branch off of Group Juice to create your own thing. We get so many folks who are like, "Oh, I don't want to repeat what you and Nate taught." Like, hey, if you learned something from us and then you used whatever you learned to go and do something in your own business with your own brand, how you did that becomes unique to you because you fucking did it. So don't be out there thinking like you can't go and talk about or sell stuff that you've learned from us. That's evolution, right? So keep that in mind. And then the Group Juice 2.0 launch. Um, this was just like the problem we were really trying to solve was overwhelm, lack of strategy. We're looking for like simple, proven plan. And the who was just basically the motivated beginner because at this point we had so many things in there. It didn't matter if you were brand new, green behind the ears, or if you were already doing 30 grand a month. Right? We still feel that way about Group Juice, right? So motivated beginner or seasoned business owner who wants to create, more security, simple strategy, etc. The delivery was the same as the first initial Group Juice launch. 5 to 6 days of lives spun into 38 videos, right? Just chopped them up. Uh, Give away all of our other offers because it doesn't hurt us or cost us anything or any extra work just to make things more valuable. Like giving away 100 grand worth of information for 950 a year now, literally, right? So
And
the
this
goal
this
is
was all Group Juice was for uh, a long time. It was these three main things got included in group juice. 10, maybe
Yeah.
15 videos did
Yep.
hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. The main four videos did probably about 400K. Four live videos, 4 days to create, focal point in our business for many moons, and did, buckets of money, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Um,
We had idea, problem, right? We were very clear on what we were going to help folks do. Used external content to promote it, pre-sale spots. So we got paid before we created it. Went into a brand new Facebook group, hosted every live each day, saved it, kept them in the guide section, and then did weekly support calls, right? That was literally the delivery. That was how we created our first course. Definitely not as hard as most people make it out to be, right?
yep. And then this is like this, especially with Group Juice 2.0, a lot of it was like uh simplification, removing of certain pieces in business because by this point we had a lot of fucking things to sell and lack of clarity in our sales processes and like what am I optimizing to do? It's like just sell this one thing and they get everything, which is how Group Juice is now. Like we have Group Juice and Core. Like a big part of what we've done over the last probably 18 months is remove pieces, reduction of moving parts in our business. We have one free group. We have Group Juice and we have Core. That's all we have in our business right now. The time of making this video. It's the only things we're optimizing to do. Grow the free group, sell Core. You're not a good fit for Core. You don't have the finances. Go buy Group Juice. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Sharita
Um,
asked a good question. How do we always pick our prices? That's literally like personal preference. But if we're putting like, I don't know, a week into something, me and Nate, even now, like we typically won't do stuff unless we can get like 250 an hour out of it at a minimum. We like the 500 to 1,000. But like say group juice as an example. It took us about 60 hours to create it. That's like going live those 4 days and then an implementation day on the fifth day. And it's also including time it took to create content to pre-sell the 20 spots. So we had about 60 hours invested, roughly. So it seemed like, taking that up to $1,000 seemed pretty fair, especially considering what we were teaching, the support we were providing moving forward, and the type of results and outcomes that folks could get, right? Because before we launched it, we had our own folks that we were teaching this stuff to, and they were absolutely kicking ass. So it just seemed like a no-brainer deal to look at something, a strategy and support that had helped folks make, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars at that point as private clients, plus our results. $1,000 seemed really fair. We've had folks that jumped into group juice at the 500, the 1,000, the 1,500, and we got a bunch of damn results that have come from group juice alone, right? So that's
And
kind of how
what
we pick
what
our
if
price.
what if you're not as seasoned as you gentlemen?
then
What
I
do you
would
want to
usually,
create for your time?
I mean, the other thing too is like you can always scale pricing. So the thing to remember is like if we don't have X results, we don't have client results, we don't have proof of concepts, testimonials, go cheaper. Give a little bit more away of your time. Be willing to do the lower leverage stuff, some one-on-one, some intimacy, kind of bite the bullet because then that fuels more marketing material and then you can always increase price. You can always, hey, I'm only going to do this for three people for $100, three people for $50, three people for $25, $250. And then after those three spots, you raise the price. Um, like that's something to think about as well too, and especially in the beginning. Like, yes, high ticket is going to be move the needle a lot faster, but I know there is a lack of confidence in selling high ticket. Like, I'm not qualified enough to sell high ticket or something like that. If you're doing affiliate, offer, you can also piggyback off of the clout of the affiliate product. But let's say we're doing uh my first ever Evergreen launch, my own product, my own masterclass type thing, shoot for like 250 uh Evergreen product price, $125 for the launch. 10 people is 1250. You get paid 1250 to create a program, create a course that you can sell over and over and over and over again. Right? The thing to remember, if your product is lower, you need more volume. Right? So it's going to be, you need more. That's the reality of it. You're going to need a lot of volume. Like a lot of the people who are winning the school games right now, like I know it's sexy. People are making all this money with monthly recurring revenue. They're spending astronomical amounts of money on ads. Right? Like insane amounts of money on ads, like 6 figures a month on ad spend. Right? Like, um, so I don't, the pricing isn't black and white. It's always going to depend on, like, as an example, this group juice is very fucking leveraged. We can sell group juice and nothing changes for us. We could sell group juice and no more workload is required on our end. Right? So the pricing is also going to depend on what type of demand it has on your business. Because let's say you're selling a product for $200, but you have to do 3 one-on-one calls with them a week, then that's not good. That's only going to last so long, right? You can only have so many people inside of that program before one, you fucking burn out, or all of your attention goes to these calls and then all of your marketing stops because you're fucking just stuck in client delivery. So it's always going to depend on that aspect too. What's required of you. It's like we talk about this a lot. Like initially, when you're launching stuff, we want to think about leverage or creating a leverage process and then just have support elements baked in. Right? Hey, we'll do one call and then you can get in this group chat where you can ask questions. Maybe I go live in a community every week, every couple weeks. Um, so support systems, but it's going to change. If you're doing anything for under $500, I probably wouldn't do, a lot of extra. It it depends on, like, it's a hard question to answer. So very early on, if you haven't made any money online, let's do this. If you haven't made any money online, then I would probably be willing to give more for less pay. So that way you can get some confidence, you can get some client results, testimonials, etc. Um, like as an example, I'll give you guys context too. How I even figured out the group G strategy, I sold a 12-week coaching program to somebody where I did weekly one-on-one calls with them. So I did a ton of one-on-one calls with them. It was $1,000, right? $1,000. I was with them on every week. We were on one-on-one Zoom sessions. I was, we were talking back and forth every day. I was helping them with anything and fucking everything that they needed in their business. Right. For $1,000. We did 12 weeks private mentorship. Still talk to this person. And nowadays, like we don't do anything where we do weekly one-on-one calls with people. It's not a thing. But also, like when I was selling my affiliate products for $1,000, I was doing lifetime weekly one-on-one calls with people. Get on a Zoom session with you, talk with you, chat with you, help you do this, help you do that. Right? So you can always scale your pricing, but also start removing support layers or creating leverage as your business grows. The intimacy and the one-on-one is probably one of the things that will move the needle the fastest for you guys. Yeah. Especially in the space that we play in right now. Is like people want that one-on-one. They want the help, the actual support.
I did the same shit. Like I helped a lot of folks for free in the beginning just to, one, get my name there, two, get some experience under my belt, three, help some of them folks get results. And then one of the first paid offers I ever did as an affiliate was selling a $100 affiliate thing where I was making, like, I want to say it was $63 in commissions per sale. And I ran a little post campaign in my Facebook group where I was like, I'm gonna help 10 people do X, Y, and Z over the next 8 weeks. Right. So I got the 10 folks over about a week. because most folks won't shake a stick at spending $100 if they're serious about what they're going to be able to do. So, 8 times 6, that was all I made, right? Like that was literally all I made to go and help 10 folks for 8 weeks. But I got so many quick wins for them over that 8 weeks. Three of them ended up buying the $1,500 offer and wanted to keep working with me, right? But I went from free to very cheap selling my time and then getting into the high ticket game and then, look at how things have evolved.
See, there you go. Customized health plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could always scale that pricing too. Like start cheap for the first few people and then raise it. Right. Like as an example, like we've been chatting back and forth like with Jamie, right? Doing things that like yes, it might not be she has some coaching clients and we're like, keep them in. Even if they can't afford what you would want to charge, keep them in, right? Give them a little bit of a discount to keep them in because one, that's going to create more confidence, more proof of concept, more marketing, which then makes selling your offers at the price you want a lot easier because you have proof of concept, right? So sometimes if we have to, then play with pricing, even if it's not what you want, especially in the beginning, to create that effect in your business, right? Get a couple people that you can work with. Get a few folks under your, wing that you're helping because then your content starts to become really fucking easy. Hey, I just helped so and so do this. Hey, this is the process that I'm working on this student with. Hey, because like those are the types of pieces of content that work really well. Um, and then if it also depends on the intimacy of the offer itself, like Core as an example, that's why Core is more expensive because we're building your business with you. We'll personalize feedback to you, right? You want us to look at your content. You want us to look at your offers. You want us to have conversations with you. You want us to look at your sales conversations. Everything that you're doing in your business, that's why it's more expensive versus like, oh, well, we have a discount for group juice for $555 for the year. Go buy it. I don't care because nothing changes in my business for me. Right? You can go buy the $10 offer and do absolutely nothing with it. Nothing changes for me. Now that sounds like a dick of me to say, but that's the reality of it. Versus in core, we're a little bit more like selective with who we want in because one, it's a direct correlation to our time and our energy that we're putting into our business. We're putting our energy into you, so we want the same back, right? Um, so pricing it is a tricky one, but it's not black and white. Again, if you
No, but
guys
thank you. That was both of you. That was really good. I appreciate that.
yeah, gladly, and I mean obviously, if you guys are launching any products, launching any offers, thinking about doing anything, we can always riff back and forth around pricing. You can also look at because I know a lot of you guys are playing in different niches. It will also change across niches, right? It will also change health and wellness programs like or you know counseling or anything like it's going to kind of fluctuate depending on like the actual space you're playing in so you can always look at what other people are charging as well um but and it also depends on the end goal, right? If we want more people, we want more proof of concept, we want like when we launched Juicebox, it was $50 because the like I mentioned, the goal wasn't to make a bunch of money from Juicebox. The goal wasn't to like make a ton of sales. The goal was to create a beginner-friendly training that made group juice better. Right? So we sold it for $50, ended up doing like 122 sales in 21 days or something like that. And then we added it to this, but we also just like invited it was a value ladder. Now we created this low ticket product that led people to group juice. And so we ended up turning it into, I think it was like $20,000 in like 21 days or something. Um, but
Think
we
about
went
the
cheap. We went cheap with this because the goal wasn't to generate a bunch of money. Right? The goal was there was other motives behind creating it. Right. So that will also sway, you know, hey, my audience really wants this thing, and like, okay, well, we'll do like as an example, the TikTok shop training that Flip ran that we ran in the groups. We ended up selling it as a low ticket product for 17 bucks. Go buy it. Here's the doc and here's the replay. Go make some sales on TikTok shop and then come pay us for our next program.
Yeah.
Right?
I got a little bit of deja vu right now, but I really like this example. When y'all go sit down at a restaurant, do you order a drink, an appetizer, or do you go straight for the main course meal? Especially if it's like a new place. You want to get an appetizer, right? I'm a sucker for an appetizer. All right. Like think about it. Like I'll fuck around. I ordered 3 appetizers the other night. Call me skinny fat, I don't care. But you get an appetizer so you can kind of see how the food is. All right, get a feel for it. If the cook is good, right? And then you're like, all right, now I know I can go and get this more expensive, you know, ribeye steak. It's an inch and a half thick, cooked medium rare with caramelized onions and mushrooms, right? Because you had an appetizer, you know they did good. So your low ticket stuff, even your free stuff, those are all appetizers to where you're letting folks see what you're about and test out your shit. Doesn't matter what you're teaching, what you're offering, does not matter. Give them an appetizer. All of our free info, appetizers, right? There you go, Carlos. Exactly.
And you can emulate this in free content. I probably should have added the workshop in here too, because we did that to end up working backwards to get people ready for these two as well. But I didn't include it in here as an example. Now to give you guys, we did other campaigns. There was affiliate products, affiliate offers, JVs, and stuff. But these are the main signature offers that we launched to the public. But it was all built in stages and layers, right? Like that's what I want you guys to like. That's what I want to really reinforce today is like we got very narrow and very specific on a couple pain points for longer periods of time. Um, and like at the end of the day, everything always came back to group juice and core. That's what it was, right? We said no to opportunities because, hey, like, would this take people away from joining group juice or not? Hey, should we go do this? I mean, really, like, to give you guys even more context, that's why we didn't talk about any other monetization vehicles, Amazon influencer or TikTok shop type stuff for a very long time because we wanted to lead to this and keep the people that were already in here very fucking focused. So we did Amazon influencer behind the scenes for years and never talked about it publicly because we didn't want to take away from the focal point of this or core as an example. Um, so some of the offers, and I'll show you guys on this is something that a lot of you guys might not even know you have and it's slept on, but like you guys can look at when we say like pockets of intention focus. If you look at like this is almost every product launch. I'll be 100% honest. I have slacked on this year, so don't come at me. Um, but this is a lot of pretty much all the content from years ago. Like as I mentioned too, the group juice launch, 30 days it was a 30-day launch. Right, we did a live training, two separate live trainings, free live trainings on the 16th and the 20th. But these are all the pieces of content. So like this was a 30-day campaign. Let's see. Group Juice 2.0 launch, I want to say was two months. 60 days probably. Yeah, 4/8 to 6/26. Live training on 4/19. And we every post was about this up and coming change, right? $152,000 up front, 225 new group juice members in 2 months. As an example, these are like something offering too. Step 6. Live training, guys, look, I want you to see this too. You guys are probably hearing this. Like 8-week cash flow class is literally what we're doing with all of the program launches. And these are from years ago, right? $5,000 collected up front at $50, $15,000 on the back, ascending to group juice. You guys also have all of the offer docs for all these offers that we've ever launched in here too, and the content. And I'm not saying you guys have to go copy these or like, but especially if you're like an affiliate of ours, look at the content. Look at the content we've used over the years to sell the program, the offer, generate conversations, fuel.
What did you want, Jamie? The the
Just for him to put the doc in the chat so I can save it,
oh, okay.
please.
And
Thank you.
yep, you're welcome. And then just a quick question and a statement. Me and Nate, we get fired up over this stuff. And I'll tell you guys why. We've done the most simple, basic shit over and over again. Like, do any of you, like, y'all can be honest, it won't hurt our feelings. Do y'all get tired of hearing us say some of the same things over and over? I hope some of y'all say yes. I'm gonna pretend that some of y'all, I'm gonna pretend that some of y'all say yes. All right.
Yeah, but
Right.
I need that repetition or I forget.
Oh, look, man,
So-
get your mic working.
Hey.
No, it's not. I'm on a different computer.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, so we do repeat things. But
No,
like
but
Mandy said,
there's a reason why you repeat things.
yes.
Because if it didn't work, you would drop it and you wouldn't bring it up again.
Right.
That's the
That's
whole
it.
point.
That is exactly the whole point. And the other side of it, like we've had a bunch of clients over the years. All right. And success rate is still high considering like how many clients we've had. Like we got a pretty high success rate with folks. But all the folks with high success rates are the ones that have the ability to go hard on their one thing. That's literally like the secret behind it. It's like, oh, okay, let's spend 45 days talking about this one thing and then ease into a promo. Or let's hit all as many angles as we can around this one offer. All different shit till we find one that sticks, pops, and gets people interested, excited, and buying. Because if you take two different people, let's say they have the same offer, selling the exact same thing, right? Or solving an exact same problem. All right, person one only creates one piece of content every 3 days for 30 days. All right. Person number two, they create multiple pieces of content, say 2 pieces of content, one written, one video, every single day for 30 days. Which person is going to have more data around the offer? Person one or person number two? Person number two, all day, every day, forever. And here's the cool thing that happens with that. The more things that you guys go out and do messy and imperfectly, and then get data, and then let us help you, we can help you guys map things out, different angles based on the data. The more data we got and the more data you guys bring us, like the better we can help. We just don't want to see like good folks that can actually help people with certain problems, solutions, etc. We don't want to see those folks sitting stagnant, waiting for something to happen. We want to see folks do shit and bring us back data and questions. Me and Nate, we have no problems with questions, like none whatsoever. Like when y'all don't ask questions, that's what bothers the shit out of us. Right? I just wanted to tell y'all.
There's no silly questions too. And there's also, you could ask questions that other people would have the answers to, especially in like these rooms. People could answer questions around things that we don't know, right? Or things that we don't use in our business, but you know, especially like sitting in silence is probably one of the biggest things. You're not asking because we feel like maybe it's not relevant or uh it's a silly question, which we've all been. You got to remember too is like I think another thing that is very easy to forget is like we had all those same questions. We were beginners. We didn't fucking have a clue, right? Or even like, oh, mindset and doubt challenges. We still fucking go through those to this day. Like they don't ever go away. Like realistically, is my business broken? Like, oh, could this be better? Like, oh, I suck at this. Oh, I didn't get a lot of. I poured all my time into writing this post that got 0 comments. Fuck, that sucks. Still a fucking thing. Like it's, you know. Um, but this is kind of a little flywheel effect of how things look. Okay, your content agitates one main problem and one pain point, and the thing to remember too is like we're talking about going narrow in one main problem. You could help somebody fix one narrow problem in their business, and that could be branched out into 10 to 15 different topics in your content that are all adjacent to fixing that one problem, right? Your offer removes that problem for the customer, or your content, or like a workshop in your free group, helps them fix that one problem that we're talking about in their business. The results fuel new content angles because you accomplish something slash help somebody. You can now help your audience and clients create the next offer by helping them fix the next problem that they have in their business or life. And then it just goes in circles. You do something, you help somebody, that front loads your content, you help people fix the next problem, you accomplish one step in your business, you turn around and help everybody in your audience accomplish that one step, and then you do it again. Do it again. Now, this can be with free or paid offers too. It could be free stuff in your group. Hey, I just did this kick-ass thing and I want to show you how to do it for free. Hey, I just did this really cool strategy for the last 45 days and I'm running a little 3-day masterclass. That's $250 to teach you all how to do it.
Yeah. Just, here's another repeatable thing. Simple, basic shit for you is like next level for them. Hands down. Right? Like take one of my TikToks from today. I showed folks how to go and get guaranteed free samples. It might not go viral, but the people that see it, do y'all think that's going to help them if they've been getting denied for free samples and I show them how to go and get guaranteed free samples? Yeah, it's going to help them, right? They'll get stuff they can create videos on, actually get some samples. Now, didn't charge anything. It's just a piece of free content. Do you think they might be more inclined to follow me because I shared something helpful? The saves on that video answer that question. People were following my call to action. And I told them, I said, hit the damn follow button. Drop a comment if you find this helpful. And hit the save button so you can come back to it. The more good shit that we give away, the more folks are becoming sold on us. Simple. All right. So look at like how Nate mapped this stuff out, which I thought was absolutely amazing, by the way. Some action steps for you guys. Start mapping out one main problem. Now, if you have one main problem and you're clear on it, that doesn't mean that is the only thing that you have to talk about. All right. It's kind of contradictory what we say, but I'll explain why. Pick your one problem and then look at all the other things that happen in someone's business or life because of that problem. Right? Like think about that for a second. But look at the one thing that you can help solve in someone's life or business. What's the core problem? While they have that problem, what are they dealing with? What's pissing them off? What keeps them in their bed at night like this, staring at the fucking ceiling, like really wanting to figure stuff out? Like you can have branches off the one main problem. Break it down into 3 to 4 parts, which could then be turned into like a shit ton of different content topics, pillars, symptoms, frustrations, etc. All right. And then number 2, give folks in your audience the free sauce. Look at some of the branches off of that main problem. Like, hey, if maybe their main problem is, you know, not being able to lose weight because they're they hate shitty, sucky diets with bullshit food that doesn't taste good, right? Like, hey, let me show you how to lose a few pounds while still eating the food that you love, right? If you help them lose a couple pounds, like they're gonna be like, oh, this shit fucking works. Wonder if they got a way I can lose more. Solve one little bitty problem for free, and then they'll pay you big money for the bigger problem that they want solved, right? So help them get their quick win, solve that problem. You'll start to get more data, right? Data's a really cool thing. Feedback. Even when people buy, don't do shit, get results when they buy, like all this is great data, right? You'll hear and see more and bigger struggles that will fuel everything else that you're doing. Okay. And then number three, use the next problem for your offer. There's the bridge point. Okay. Like, don't fucking sleep on this. Don't fuck around. Go out and do shit. Fuck the haters. Fuck the trolls. Fuck them all. Get fucking real about what you want to help folks do and be confident in that shit. Like if you truly have conviction and confidence, then your ass should be posting, talking to folks, not giving a shit. One of the biggest things I struggle with. But how many times do y'all see me miss posting content? I deal with this shit every day. I don't miss. I still post, even if my shit don't get a lot of views or a lot of comments or a lot of likes. I'm still posting. Still posting my shit. Posted a bomb ass post this morning. Got one like. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna post another one tomorrow. Right? That's what I'm gonna do.
And this is a really powerful one too, is like the natural next problem that gets created by fixing that thing is the angle that you'd have to use for your offer, right? There's a lot of different ways to look at this, but I wanted to just like break this down in a very diluted, simple thing for you guys to look at, right? Because realistically, like especially I think the landscape we play in right now is everybody's trying to go fucking so broad. Everybody's trying to be the one-stop shop for everybody, sell all these digital products that are one-stop shops. Like, that's fine if you sell a product that has a lot of different things, but like go narrow. Go with one problem, especially if you're fucking early. It's not saying you guys can't go get broad as you guys start to grow, but like, hey, I'm helping, moms learn how to make money online with TikTok Shop. And then everything that goes into that one thing is what we talk about, or what we help people do, or what we start putting in our free groups, our lead magnets. We start potentially looking at making an offer for. Right? Like, hey, I help people launch apparel brands. Uh, I help people that already have businesses doing XYZ, put this one process in place, that creates leverage, time, and more finances or more opportunity for sales. I help, people who are looking at starting to make money online, but don't want to build a personal brand. They want to just be like a faceless business in an anonymous way to make money online. And then everything that goes into that. Um, go narrow and deep into one thing. If something that I want all of you guys to kind of conceptualize or even think about in your own business. Because we did the same thing. Like this is an example, right? For the longest time, we're the Facebook group guys. We didn't really even start trying to get very broad until this year, right? Hey, let's tap into, uh, community growth and monetization as a whole versus just growing a Facebook group, right? So, do I need to create a more narrow path?